Hello, everybody. Welcome to the second episode of What the Diego. I'm your host, Diego Garcia, also known as DG Studios. And today we are being joined once again by our lovely and favorite person on earth, Kayla'S Korner. You have anything to say, Kayla?
I wasn't prepared for this, so we're just going YOLO today.
I wasn't prepared either. I just know that we have a very tight schedule. I mean, at least I do. My goal is to upload 2 videos a week, my podcast episode and a DG Studios episode. That's my plan every week, every Friday to upload those two. So I'm pretty busy and I'm usually like out of ideas. It's very hard for me to make ideas for videos and conversations and topics and all that and segments. However, we're here. We're doing this right here, right now. I set up the camera instead of just a regular Zoom meeting because I want the best quality for you guys. And I'm just, Kayla knows this. I go very, very hardcore on my work and I don't go lazy. I take even like months just to make a video on a day. So yeah, we're here and welcome to the second episode. So our first segment, well, personally, it's just a little recap of my day, what I did. So all day yesterday, I had went to the DMV. Um, I've tried to get my driver's permit for such a long time, but I've been procrastinating. I could have gone at 15 and a half, but me just being a lazy ass decided just not to get it yet. So I kind of kept on procrastinating because I'm just not good at tests. I hate tests. I hate any quiz, anything that tests my knowledge. I hate. Hate's a strong word, and I truly mean it when it comes to tests. But I had waited 5 hours in line in the DMV just to get through and just for them not to tell me, hey, you missed the deadline. We stopped having people take tests at 4:30. And I'm like, so I was legitimately pissed, but they were like, hey, come back tomorrow and you can skip the line, come through for appointment only. And I'm like, okay, I'll do that. So today I had my dad take me to the DMV. Your boy passed the permit test, and this is just a permit test. I still have a lot of driving school and crap to do in order for me to drive by myself. I got my permit. I'm chilling. I'm a happy bean. And you got anything to say, Kayla, on that? I'm like
Um,
your your boy is about to drive soon. That's all I gotta say.
I'm happy for you because it's something you wanted for a while. Um, but just be safe.
Yeah, I'm totally gonna be speeding all the time. I know for sure when the first thing I'm gonna do when I'm gonna get a car is just blast my music. That's just what I want to do, is vibe and listen to music. But I'm excited. I finally got this out of the way and we chilling. But when it comes to the whole permit thing, it's because whenever you're trying to drive at a younger age, it's a lot of more crap you need to do if it's just trying to get your driver's license at 18. When you're trying to do it underage, as a minor, you had to go through so many tests and lessons. And I get it because it's insurance risk and it's a whole bunch of risk for humans on the road, but it's just a whole process and it takes a lot of your time. And I'm very impatient when it comes to time. So I'm glad I got that out of the way. I'm just saying, like I said, the whole process of getting a permit is insane. However, the next thing I got to do now is just get a job. So you might see DJ Studios working at a Chick-fil-A. Um, I don't know. I'll figure it out. I know God has a plan for me, but we'll figure it out eventually. I do really want to try, like I said, Chick-fil-A. Um, I wouldn't mind. I don't really prefer fast food areas or anything that has to deal with the public or talking to people, which is probably what I need to do. I don't like talking to people, but I just don't want to deal with Karens. That's the only thing I don't want to deal with. I don't want to deal with Karens. I'm just doing my job, lady. I don't need you screaming how to tell me to do my job. I know how to do my job. You need to learn how to control your anger. Um, I'm gonna get fired for saying that probably. But yeah, I don't really want to have a food job, but I'd rather have something like Hot Topic or lids for the hats and all that, or something. I think that would be fun. Working at Foot Locker. I don't know, anything that just I love talking to people, but I also hate talking to people. It depends. The only thing that really pisses me off about people is just attitude. I hate when people give me attitude because when they give me attitude, I lose it. I'm like, why do you gotta be mean for? Everybody could just be nice to each other. So I don't know, Kayla, what do you want your first job to be?
Well, to start off easy, I mean, my high school is right next to a bait shop, and I feel like that would be fun for some reason. Um,
Baking?
Bait, like fishing. I don't know. That'd be fun. Or like just something local. Like there's a bunch of stuff where I live. Like there's a
Do you
froyo
fish
shop.
often or
No, but it'd be fun. It's an experience that I'm willing to take.
okay?
Because then, how many people can say that they've worked at a bait shop, Diego? Not a lot of people. And then I go, um,
True. That's I guess you have a point
I mean,
there.
it's either that or Burger King. So I don't
Burger
know how
King is literally the this. I don't even know how they're still in business, dude. Their burgers suck.
I don't know. It's it.
Do you be honest? Do you go to Burger King often?
No.
Exactly. Um, at first I was like, I want to work at GameStop, but they're literally out of business now, right? Like there's all their shops are closing, so there's no point. But yeah, I'm excited to finally get a job. I'm old enough to do it, but I'm just kind of like, again, I'm lazy. Next segment is just what the heck is going on with San Diego? If you don't know I live in San Diego. My name is Diego. Um, I this is my hometown. I've lived there since birth. I love it. I think it's the best place in California to live until I heard these facts. But I really believe San Diego is like one of the best places to live in California. LA, too much traffic and too much pollution, and you have a terrible baseball team in LA.
I'm gonna go at you with
I'm
this.
not gonna say terrible. I'm just gonna say overrated. Um, overrated team. Um, but it's until recently where the Padres have been getting so good. Um, I guess I keep telling Kayla, just give them a few years, give them 1 or 2 years. Let Tatis get better. Let them get more and draft more players and let them trade. And once that happens, we're gonna have one of the strongest teams ever. I believe Tatis can change the game. He got offered a freaking 12-year like extension for his for being in the Padres. And that's insane. 12 years, or I think it's more than that, but that's almost a whole kid's life in school. But what I'm trying to say is once the Padre hype goes up and people start bandwagoning the Padres team, that means that at Petco Park where they play at, the prices are gonna go super high for the Padres. And that's what sucks because Padre games are usually very cheap to go to. People go to them all the time because they're not that popular. I mean, they're popular, but it's just like
Yeah.
they're not in high demand. They're just like the Dodgers or nothing like that. But ever since recently, even the opening day for the next MLB season, the lowest price for a ticket for opening day for the Petco Park is settling at $1,000. $1,000? Are you joking? I love going to baseball games. My dad always took me to them. I think baseball games are just something to do with the family if you're bored. Um, it's not so much the baseball game itself. I mean, it's cool. I mean, once they hit a home run, that's when they really hit. That's awesome. That's like one of the best feelings in the world when a home run happens. But besides that, you kind of fall asleep most of the game. But I just think that's insane that the hype is slowly getting to the Padres, and I'm very excited for the future of San Diego.
Slowly, Diego, $1,000. It went from like 40, 20 maybe to 1,000. You're crazy if you think that's slow. What do you guys think? Do you guys think they're going slowly?
I
Do you
think
think
it's not. I don't think that they have the hype just yet. I think it's just because of COVID. I think people are just bored
it's true?
and they want to get out. And people are like I said, with the like same thing with the PS5s. People buy a ticket or people will buy the console just to sell them at higher prices. So I think that's the same thing with these tickets. People are gonna buy these tickets and sell them at higher prices and make money and profit off of them. That's how I think it's working. I don't think they have the hype yet. Once they win a world champion series, then that's when things will get crazy.
True. I
That's
agree.
when things will get crazy. Besides that, San Diego has had very interesting headlines in the news recently. I don't know what is going on in San Diego. I think people are just bored out of their mind, or I don't know what the deal is. Apparently, there is this dad who brought, is it a 2-year-old daughter or is it son?
2-year-old daughter.
Daughter at the San Diego Zoo. He snuck into the elephant exhibit like on the gate, right? He went under the gate. He brought his daughter in to get a closer look at the elephants. The elephant comes charging at the dad. He gets, nobody gets hurt. He gets under the gate. He almost leaves his daughter on the floor. He picks up the daughter, and of course, he's getting charged for child endangerment. But what? There's some people that are, built to be a parent, and there's some parents who they don't deserve to be a parent. If you're gonna risk your both you and your child's life for a closer encounter with a dangerous animal, either be either dumb or even more dumb.
um, that's crazy when I saw it. Note to all of you guys watching this, if you guys are older and you guys have kids, please don't. If you guys think it's
Please don't do
cool,
this. I am
don't.
begging you.
It puts you, not only you in danger, but your kid. Um, and even if you guys don't have kids and you guys just want to be dumb or have fun, please don't. Like, watch the review, be safe. Um, yeah. It's kind of, I don't know what was, I really wish I could ask that guy what was going on in his head when he's like, oh, let me and my daughter go see this elephant up closer. Like, the elephant's totally not going to stomp on me and make loud noises. Like, I don't know, it's just probably just me, but
I
what do you
agree. I agree. It's stupid. Even besides this elephant, there's been crazier headlines in the news too. Apparently, there's been so many. This is gonna be something really Riverdale kind of related. There's been so many. I think there's like been 2 incidents of bodies being found in rivers and crap
yeah.
in the last 2 months or 3 months. I don't know. There has to be a San Diego murderer on this. It's. I think there is. It's like there's too many of these people going missing and this and that, and it's scary. It's very scary. Besides that, Chula Vista police are allowed to fly drones now, like all over the neighborhood. Um, I don't really mind. I mean, we're always being exposed by the government, no matter what the circumstances. Um, our privacy is always being, what do you call it? Our privacy, we don't have privacy anymore at this point. I'm pretty sure I'm doing this podcast. Some FBI agent is watching me through my webcam right now. So it's not even a worry.
Hold on. If you guys like going skinny dipping and you guys have a pool, please don't do that anymore because someone will see your booty cheeks.
I really want to go skating dipping once.
You're weird. You're really weird,
It's
Diego.
not weird. It's just
It's like,
me.
no, it's like something you just do, not something you want to do. Like,
I mean, you're acting like I don't have a bucket list of things to do.
well, I know, but like, I don't know.
Of course, I'm not gonna do it in public and just have my weeby hanging out. I'm literally, of course, it will be just me doing the skinny dipping. And like
Then
imagine,
that's just
imagine,
more weird.
imagine feeling so comfortable in your own house where you can just walk around naked.
Yeah, not people at Chula Vista anymore.
That's the thing, though. I mean, even with that, there's been nude beaches no matter what, and there's nude beaches in San Diego.
I know. I don't know.
So that argument you just made is not valid.
I don't know. In my opinion,
If somebody wants to go skinny dipping, they can just go to that beach.
yeah, but that's just way more weird. So if you guys watch the movie Zootopia, that's what
How does Utopia get brought into this?
have you not watched the movie
It's
Zootopia?
been a while.
Well, I don't know if you remember where they went to like the moose guy thing and he was naked. It's like yoga while being naked. That's how I see it. Like Like, I don't know. I personally think that's weird, and that's not on my bucket list. But you do you. If you are desiring to do that, then you do
It's
it.
not like I'm striving to complete. I'm like I really, really, really want to go skinny dipping. It's more like if it happens, it happens, right? Like that's just my mindset about it. Like, if I'm
I
able
don't
to,
know.
I'll do it.
I don't know. I just think it's weird. But if you want to do it, then go do it.
Okay. You say. For our next segment, I don't mean to change the mood up, but however, something I do want to talk about because I just noticed it in a different, differently in every single person I've talked to or have been very close to. Is just in general, everybody has fear. Everybody has some kind of fear. Everybody has some kind of doubt. And I'm very curious about how people cope with their fears. For me, I have a whole bunch of things. I have a fear of not making it to heaven. I have a fear of losing my mom. I have a fear of losing more people I love. Um, but it's just like there's a thing where I can cope with it because I know that I can change some of those situations. Not every situation, but I can change the way I think about things. Um, there's like those fears they're gonna carry forever, and there's fears that it's gonna be some kind of spider or a snake. I honestly want to get a pet snake just to get over my fear of snakes. I mean, I've never seen a snake in person. Not like I've seen them in zoos and I've seen them like, at circuses and all that, but I haven't like I'm so glad I haven't, but like going on a hike and seeing a rattlesnake, that would be like one of the most scariest thing in the world. Seeing a tarantula crawl up you at night. Any something like that. I don't know, Kayla, what you're scared of, but I would love to hear your
Well,
fears.
I've experienced those fears. I live in the country, if you guys don't know, and we see
Yeah.
big tarantulas like this big just crawling around. Um, yeah, you're probably not gonna want to come over anymore. um, well, I usually go on runs now. Off topic, but
Congratulations.
yeah, thank you. I've seen a snake before. It's not that bad as long as you don't step on them. um, but your question, my fears, the list goes on. I don't know if it's just me as a person, but like little things, I'm scared of like drowning. I've experienced that before, and it's not a good thing. I've done it in the ocean, and it's not a good thing. I don't really talk about it 'cause it was something that I was like about to die, and it's just like not okay. Um,
Okay,
like
I'm gonna get onto that topic later, but keep on going.
losing people. I don't know, just dying in general. I don't know. It's scary. I'd rather die in peace than, you know. Um, the list can go on, but I don't want this podcast to be an hour long due to my fears.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we carry so much fears that we don't even keep in mind what fears we have. I think it just when you live your life normally and you just see that fear happen in front of you, you're like, oh, I didn't know I had that kind of fear.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't recognize that fear I had before. But drowning? Okay, I know that people say they're scared of drowning, but you know what I mean? Like,
Well, I love swimming. I've done water polo many times, but the experience that I've had with that when I was little, I went to the beach one day. I decided, well, I surf with my dog sometimes, and I
oh,
decided to
that's right.
take myself by myself because I didn't want to go that far. I thought I was a pro surfer back then, even though I just sat on a paddleboard and I was pushed by a wave. Um, I went farther than I should have, and I like I don't know. The waves were pretty intense, and I like couldn't hold myself up, and the board left me. Scariest
It's
thing in
literally
my life.
something out of a movie.
It was. I felt like
It's
I was like
literally.
in Jaws or something. I don't know. It was scary. But if that didn't happen, I don't think I'd be scared of drowning due to me enjoying swimming and stuff. But other
Mm.
than that, I don't know. It's childhood trauma.
Oh, isn't it the same thing? I was just gonna ask, I probably sound stupid right now, but would you rather drown or just suffocate? It's the same. I would think it's the same thing, right? But
No,
suffocating is like Well, you kind of suffocate in water in a sense, right?
Yeah, but like water is going into your body more versus you losing air.
But would you rather drown or suffocate?
Uh, Probably suffocate than drown. What would you do? I don't know.
Probably suffocate.
Because
Um,
drowning, I feel like it's more intense. Like the water is going above you, and then you take longer versus.
yeah. I mean, I think you feel if you, I think you feel the pain. I mean, both of you, you're gonna feel the pain no matter what. But
Yeah.
I think with drowning, it's kind of scarier because you see, like, you're seeing yourself like go deeper and deeper into the water. I
Yeah.
think that's pretty scary. Um, but yeah, and when it comes to like thinking about scenarios, like I'm just scared that like what do you call it? I just want to die a peaceful death. I don't want to die like what do you call it? I don't want to die like gruesomely. I don't want to die like suddenly and then it just shocks my family. I just want like some kind of peaceful death from my sleep, something, you know what I mean? That's scary. Like the other day I was just thinking, I was thinking about Falcor, which is my dog right there. Like whenever you get a pet or something, you kind of set yourself up for the moment that they will pass away eventually, right? And that's just kind of the sad part because I was just thinking about like these dogs, like they probably love us more than they love themselves. They don't care about themselves. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
you can yell at them no matter what you do. You can, spank them if they're being bad, but they're always gonna come back to you.
Mm-hmm.
And they're always gonna be your, best friend, a man's best friend, what they call it. You call it a dog. But I was just thinking about it, like it's so sad because dogs will love you until they die. And for us, we're impacted by it because we have such a connection to this dog too. And you kind of set yourself up when once you get a pet that you know that they're gonna die eventually because everybody dies, anything dies.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a scary part. Like you don't know when, and that's just I guess that's a beauty of life where you don't know what's gonna happen, when it's gonna happen, this and stuff. I'm just saying, like, that's the great thing about life. You just know it's all like unplanned, is what I'm trying to say, I guess.
Yeah. I can understand where you're coming from. 2019 wasn't really my year when it came to pets. I don't know if you remember. um, no, it's not funny. It's not funny. 2019 wasn't my year whatsoever.
I'm not
Pretty much
laughing. I'm just
all like literally all my pets were dying all at once. Like 1 month, my dog died, and then I cured myself, and then my hamster died, and it just kept going over and over
the only
again.
reason I'm laughing is not because the pets died, it's because she was literally texting me like when every pet died, it would be like at least 1 or 3 weeks each one.
Yeah,
And I was like, what the heck? What the heck? Every time I got that, I was like, how many gotta go?
I don't
How many?
know. It wasn't my year whatsoever, like at all.
Jeez. No, but that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Fear just in general is crazy. Um, I thought, but you know what? We can always think about things differently that would help us cope with fear. I've done a lot of that and recently. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what else to say for this segment, so I think we should move on. For our last segment, I guess the only thing I really want to talk about and I always think about it often is just like general, what is life gonna be like after COVID? For me, it's just like I really don't believe COVID's gonna go away. I really believe it's gonna be just like the flu, where every year there's a new kind of vaccine or flu shot, or it's gonna be a new COVID shot, and it's your choice or whether or not to get it or not. Um, I think that's just how it's gonna go from now on. But just in general, like with life after COVID, what I've seen very popular is just like a lot of businesses are going or kind of entertainment centers and all that. They're moving more into streaming services. I honestly feel like theaters are gonna slowly start going down. There's gonna be less of them. They're still gonna be popular, of course, but probably just less of them. Um, but I just life after COVID is gonna be very, 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 very crazy, I think. Not only with COVID and just in general, but the stuff that happened in 2020. Just like all the Black Lives Matter stuff and especially with Gen Z with the way they're coping with stuff and the way they cancel stuff with for anything wrong and anything that some company or someone does wrong, they'll cancel them for anything. Um, I'm just noticing a whole bunch of stuff slowly start to plummet down. That includes like everything's getting political. For example, my sports, they're getting political. My video games are getting very political. It's getting very political. That's what I'm trying to say. And I think life after COVID, it's gonna be um a very, very period of time that's gonna benefit a lot of people by bringing awareness because it seems like a lot of people are finding their voice, and I'm very happy for that. I don't know what you're thinking about it, Kayla. Like, how do you think life after COVID is gonna be like?
Life after COVID, you pretty much explained everything. It's still going to be chaotic as it was in 2020. Probably less cooled down for sure. Due to all like what's happening now with Asians now. Um,
Yeah, I've seen that on my
it's going to
feed.
be Mexicans and it's going to keep going. It's never going to end for
Mhm.
sure. Um, but yeah, for things are probably going to start to close down, like mom and pops. It's probably not going to be that anymore. Such as Seaport, as more of a mom and pop thing. That's probably going to go down. 2020 almost did, which is pretty crazy. If you guys live in San Diego, you obviously know what Seaport is. Um, but I don't know. I just think it's still going to be pretty chaotic. There's still going to be protests about things closing down and people not being able to go outside anymore.
Yeah, and just in general, I think people are just not happy. Like just in general, of any decision that happens, nobody's truly gonna be happy with decisions made. I feel like that's gonna be the case. Nobody can ever satisfy anybody's needs. Any president that's in office, there's gonna be haters and supporters. Once they leave, again, haters, supporters of the next president. Anything that like involves just in general the community and just trying to become together, it's not gonna work. Which
No.
I don't really think so. Um, so like for example, like with the Asian hate going on, I that's another terrible thing going on. And that sucks that a lot of people have to experience that, especially a lot of the Asians and all that. Um, and that's just the thing. I'm glad that people have their voices now and they're making it heard. But just in general, it's also just like what what's gonna happen? Like, is there gonna be any justice made for them? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So there's just always gonna be that pushing for justice and whatnot. So when it comes to COVID, we had these 2 terrible years. I think 2021 is gonna be part of it too. I fear that I'm not gonna get my prom, my grad night. But I don't know. I don't really care about the whole high school thing. I'm just worried about, you know what I mean? I'm just worried about just the overall health of the world. I don't like for right now. I keep telling my mom, well, I don't really mean to be serious. I'm not gonna have a kid, but I'm saying like if I was to have a kid right now, I would not want to have a kid right now in this time of age. It's just kind of corrupt. It's broken. Everyone's everywhere at the moment. It's not sane. Nobody can like actually like, you know what I mean? Like this is not the generation I want my kids to grow up in.
Yeah, for
I'd
sure.
rather maybe when like later on when things are a lot more situated and structured, then maybe. But I'm saying like right now, I would not have a kid right now.
I I agree with you about the 2020. It'll probably latch on to 2021. I mean, 2021 will latch on to 2020 for sure. But then it'll get better by the end of the year. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm
like
seeing a lot of things starting to come in light again. My theme parks are opening up. I'm seeing my movie theaters coming back. I'm seeing a lot more things starting to open up and getting back into business. I think overall, it's just seeing Disney coming back, like Disneyland, just in general, trying to open, or hearing all these headlines that they're going to open is like one of the greatest things to be hearing. That's how you know the world's slowly going back to normal. However, the world will never go back to normal because COVID ruined that. COVID kind of like the new normal is just gonna be just in general something out of this world. I don't know how to describe it, but I just feel like the new normal of the world is gonna be centered around politics and a lot of what do you call it? Just a lot of like, you know what I mean? Like representing. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say right now. Like,
Um, I think I see where you're going with that. There's obviously still going to be the hate that's
yeah,
definitely
hate's always
growing.
gonna be present no matter what.
Yeah, yeah. Like I don't know how to explain it. If you guys know what we're trying to talk about, it, you know.
Yeah, I'm saying
um,
people are always gonna have their opinions. People are always gonna have their, like I said, Karens, Kevins, what else? Or Karen and Kevins, that's it.
yeah.
They're gonna have their moment, they're gonna have their shine. Um, but it's like how is it fair that they don't like I'm just saying like people are always gonna have their opinions. There's always gonna be hate, there's always gonna be some kind of disagreement about something, and that's where stuff starts going downhill. But I really think that the world's gonna get better, and I have faith for a better society in the future, maybe one I can bring a child into.
Back to health the area. I like COVID is I believe it's going to be like the Spanish flu, where it never really went away, like out of nowhere. It slowly went away, but it slowly came back out of nowhere. I believe it's going to be like, um, but my opinion, your opinion, everyone's opinion.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess that's just one of the segments I wanted to talk about because I mean, just like you guys, we're fried out of our mind. We have no ideas. We're just trying to stay, productive with our time. That's why I'm gonna take my permit. I'm feeling productive during spring break right now. I'm gonna get my job soon. I'm gonna do this. I gotta do stuff. I feel like I had to like constantly keep going because society, I guess what I'm trying to say, you gotta expect the unexpected. That's a perfect way of saying it. Um, I think in 2020, from now on, just in general, you have to expect the unexpected.
Mhm.
For example, with whole quarantine thing and COVID, that came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean, we were overdue for some kind of pandemic, and like we were overdue for that. It happened, and we were all caught by surprise, and everybody went nuts. So I guess what I'm trying to say is expect the unexpected. I have hope for the future, and I think Kayla does too, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. Do you have anything to add on, Kayla?
Um, just wear your mask, be safe. So hopefully COVID will be over very soon that we expect. As
Yeah,
long as everyone's
whenever I watch movies, it's weird seeing people without masks. It's
yeah.
kind of like it's like what the heck? But I guess I really do. I wish I didn't take those days for granted of the times where I didn't need to wear a mask in public or any quarantine. I mean, I was already quarantining before quarantine, to be honest. But the way my mom is strict about that, I was already doing that 6 feet apart from people. I just don't like people in my space. So yeah, I think that's it for this podcast. Thank you everybody for joining me on What the Diego featuring Kayla'S Korner. It's always great to have you on the podcast, Kayla. She's also starting her podcast, so you guys should go check her out. I'm gonna leave her all her channels in the description below. Um, besides that, thank you guys for watching. I have new video coming out. It's gonna be on the same day this is uploaded. It's probably gonna be descripted somewhere. You can find all the descriptions below or at the end screen of this. But thank you guys for joining me. I love you guys. Wear your mask. Stay positive.